Good day, dear students. This is Nazia Altaf, your science teacher. Today, our chapter is Atoms, Molecules, Mixtures, and Compounds. A very long name of the chapter. This is the first part of the chapter. We will discuss about the atoms, molecules, elements, and their symbols in this lesson. So, let's start our today's lesson. Students, you know about everything around us is made up of different materials, all of which have different properties. What are the properties? Properties means that the material we use depends on many things like how it looks, the cost of it, whether it is safe for us or not, etc. We use different things in our daily life like salt, carbon dioxide, copper, water, carbon, helium gas, and other things. Here I have taken three different things: copper, carbon, and helium. We use these things in our daily life. They all have different properties, they look different, the use of them is different, but one thing is common. And what is that thing? If it is possible to keep cutting them up into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces, eventually we would have many minute particles. Very small particles, even it is difficult to see with the most powerful electron microscope. And these tiny particles are called the atoms. And the material that is made up of only one type of atoms is called the element. You can see over here, here is copper, carbon, and helium. Helium is a gas. You can see over here there is carbon. Copper is a metal, carbon is a non-metal. This is a pot or a tub made up of copper. You can see there are a kind of atoms in it. This is an element, there are a kind of atoms in it. Copper is an element made up of copper atoms. You can see these are the copper atoms. This is carbon and it is made up of one type of atoms, but these are called the carbon atoms and they are different from the copper atoms. You can see over here they are different from the copper atoms. In the same way, this is helium gas filled in a balloon and there are so many atoms in this element. Helium is an element. There are so many atoms, but these atoms are of different kind from copper and carbon. But you can see that helium itself has same type of atoms. This atom is similar to that atom, this is similar to that atom, so all are having same type of atoms, but they are different from the other elements. So there are three different elements. Their atoms, the atoms of the same element are similar, they are same, they look like same, but they are different from the other elements. So what are the elements? An element is a pure substance which cannot be broken down easily. The basic unit of an element is an atom. One element contains only one type of atoms, as I have explained it earlier. Students, you know, so far scientists have discovered 117 different elements. Some of them are naturally occurring elements, they have discovered them, and some are the other elements, those are the artificial elements. Atom. An atom is defined as the smallest particle of an element that can exist. Atoms are the building blocks of all matter. As in our body, the body is made up of cells, and cells are the building blocks of the human body. In the same way, atom is also the smallest particle of an element, and our body is also an element that is also made up of atoms. Wood is made up of atoms, water is made up of atoms, and so everything, every single thing you see or you touch that exists is made up of atoms, and atom is the most smallest particle of that element which exist. This is a picture of an atom. This is the structure of an atom. You can see over here in your previous class, class 5, you have studied about the structure of the atom, that this type of shape is called the atom. There are subatomic particles in it, protons, neutrons and electrons are there, but this one is the atom, and this is of lithium atom. Molecules. A molecule is made up of two or more atoms of the same kind or of different kinds chemically combined together. Molecules are made up of two or more atoms. When we combine two atoms of the same kind, like hydrogen has, if we take two atoms of hydrogen, then it becomes the hydrogen molecule. In the same way, if we take two atoms of carbon, it becomes the carbon molecule. Or in the same way, we have some other example. Look at these examples. Here are some atoms. You can see over here, these are the atoms, but if we combine them, they become the molecule. These are also some different atoms, but when we combine them and we pair them up, they become a molecule. You can see over here, these are the molecules, but these are the single atoms. You can see here, they are in the pair, so these are the molecules. They are of same kind. There are two atoms which are of same kind. They are also the same kind of atoms, but here you can see there are different kinds of atoms. They are combined together, and these are the molecules. This is another example of the molecules. You can see over here, there are two hydrogen atoms in white color, and when we combine them, they form a molecule. So hydrogen atom is written like just H. H is the hydrogen atom, but when we write H and 2 in the subscript, it will become the molecule. In the same way, this is nitrogen. Two nitrogen atoms, they combine together and form the nitrogen molecule. This is oxygen molecule, fluorine molecule, chlorine molecule, bromine molecule, iodine molecule. These are the kinds of different molecules of same atoms. Now, what are the symbols? As you know that there are different names of the elements, and some names are very long. They have very so many spellings are there, and the letters are there. So that means scientists were in that they were in problem that how to arrange the elements with this large names, and how to write them. So they use symbols for them. So symbols are the abbreviations for the chemical elements in chemistry. Each element is represented by a letter or pair of letters. So it is easy to write or to assemble them or to use them. So they converted them into symbols. They use the symbols of the elements. Here are some symbols of the elements. I have taken these symbols from your textbook, and these are you can see over here, I have split them up into three different tables. Element is hydrogen. Its symbol is capital H. Helium is an element. Its symbol is capital H and E. You can see over here, when we write the name of an element, we have to write the first letter in capital, and when there is an element of two letters, then the first letter will be capital and the second will be in the lowercase or the small letter. So there are different elements having a single letter, they have single letter symbol or double letter symbols. So hydrogen is capital H, helium HE, lithium Li, neon Ne, boron B, carbon C, nitrogen capital N, oxygen O, magnesium Mg, aluminium Al, phosphorus P, sulfur S, chlorine Cl, argon Ar, potassium capital K, calcium Ca. There are some elements who has their Latin names, so their the symbol is from their Latin name. So this is K, not P, because P is used for phosphorus. So the symbol is used K for potassium, because its Latin name is different from potassium. So copper's capital CU, zinc Zn, lead Pb. It is also different because its Latin name is different. Gold Au, silver Ag, sodium Na, nickel Ni, iron Fe. These are the symbols of different elements. There are so many other elements having different symbols, but in your book they are enough to learn. So here is the copper. This is copper. This is the original form of the copper. Copper can be converted into wires, sheets and tubes. Sheets, wires and tubes, you can see over here. Copper is a metal and it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. We use copper in our daily life. There are some different uses of the copper. You can see over here the copper is used to make pipes, used to make coins and pots and pans. Because it is a good conductor of heat, so that's why it is pots and pans are made up of copper to conduct the heat. Aluminium can be converted into different things like tubes, cylinders and sheets and foils, etc. This is the original form of the aluminium. Aluminium is also a light metal. There are some uses of the aluminium. You can see over here there are different uses. It is a light metal and it is used in making drink cans, some body parts of the cars and aircrafts, wrapping the chocolate and other food. You can see the chocolate because it is it save the things from rusting, so that's why they are wrapped into the they are wrapped by the aluminium. Mouth watering chocolate is here. And silvering the mirror. The back side of the mirror is silvered by aluminium. This is the original form of the lead. You can see there are different uses of lead. Lead is also used in batteries. It is used in the roofing materials. Sheets are made by lead. Lead wires are there, lead pipes are there, tubes are there. Uses of used to make shields. Where we use these shields, the workers in the power plants, they use these type of shields to protect their body because they are facing different harmful rays in the power plant, so they protect their body by using these type of shields. And you can see over here there is an there's operators of X-ray. This is an apron made up of lead. The doctors or the patient use these type of shields to protect their bodies from the harmful rays. This is also the part of solder and pewter. What is solder and what is pewter? Pewter is actually this kind of metal. You can see this. This is not a pure metal, pewter, but it is a combination of different metals. And solder is that used in preparing the computer chips and other things. It is used to combine the joints and other things. They use this solder and a flame of heat to melt them. It is easy to melt and they melt them and join the things easily. This is sulfur. Sulfur is a non-metal. This is the original picture of the sulfur. Sulfur is used in different materials or things. It is used for making gunpowder. It is used in fireworks. You can see over here there's the powder used in fireworks. It is also a good fertilizer and used to make fertilizers for the crops to grow. Carbon, this is the there are two things. Carbon can be present in two types of things. This is the carbon is in the form of graphite or diamond. So carbon is used in different materials in different form. Like when carbon is in the form of graphite, its use is different. When it is in the form of diamond, its use is different. Also you can see carbon is also present in our body tissues, blood tissues. because carbon dioxide is there in our body, so carbon is the part of our blood tissues. Carbon is a non-metal used as graphite and diamond. This is the form of graphite and this is diamond. It is also used in the lead pencil in the form of graphite. Here you can see this is in the form of graphite, not diamond is there. And it is used for cutting and drilling the glass and the other materials in the form of diamond. Hydrogen is a non-metal and it is a gas. It is used as a rocket fuel for making margarine and ammonia and for processing crude oil, etc. There are other uses of hydrogen written in your book. Please read them from your book. This is nitrogen. Nitrogen is also a non-metal or gas. It is used in manufacturing of fertilizers. Ammonia also used to store liquids, explosive, etc. As I told you that hydrogen is used in ammonia and nitrogen is also used in ammonia, because ammonia has the formula NH3, so it has both the gases nitrogen and hydrogen. So don't be confused about it that nitrogen is also used in ammonia and hydrogen is also used in ammonia, because ammonia is made up of these two types of gases. This is oxygen. It is used for all forms of burning or combustion and in respiration by plants and animals. You breathe in oxygen. It is useful for us. In hospitals we use oxygen cylinders for the patients. In spacecrafts the oxygen cylinders are there for breathing, and when diving underwater oxygen is also used. There are so many other uses of oxygen, etc. These are the metals and non-metals. The difference between metals and non-metals. I told you about many of the metals and non-metals. Metals are shiny, but non-metals mostly are dull. These are the properties of the metals and non-metals. You have to learn them. Metals are hard and strong, but non-metals are weak or brittle. What is brittle? Brittle means they can be broken easily. Good conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are very good conductors of heat and electricity. Copper, aluminium, gold, etc. Non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Metals have high melting and boiling points. They can be melt or boiled at high temperatures. Non-metals have low melting and boiling points. Metals are sonorous and non-metals are not sonorous. And what is sonorous? Sonorous means when you tap the things, tap the metals, they produce a sound in it. And when you tap the non-metals, they don't produce sound, because most of the non-metals are gases, so they don't produce any sound. Metals, few metals are magnetic, but most are non-magnetic. That means they attract or repel the other metals. Non-metals are mostly non-magnetic because they are not sonorous and they are not metal. They do not conduct electricity or heat, so they are non-magnetic, and mostly are gases, so that's why they are also non-magnetic. Gases are not magnetic at all. That was all about this lesson. I hope you understood it well. Please learn all the concepts I taught you. This is the homework. Define the following elements, atoms and molecules. I have given their answer in the lesson. You can see from the previous slides. Differentiate between metals and non-metals. You have to write just 5 differences between metals and non-metals. Then write one use of 3 metals and 3 non-metals. You just have to write just one use of any of 3 metals of your own choice or any of 3 non-metals. Okay, then write symbols of the following elements: hydrogen, helium, lithium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, gold, silver, iron, copper. All the symbols are given in the list, and you just have to find them and you have to write them and you have to learn them. So that was all about this lesson. I hope you understood it well. This this is your homework, and you have to do all the previous homework as well as this homework in your science copies, and bring that homework when you will come to school, or your marks will be given to you according to your homework. So please do it carefully and complete it well, and that's all about it. God bless you all. Stay home, stay safe.